Other thing we can do is we can select the elements, not for being all together in one single group, but start filtering the clashes in the report. So for example, I have clash 1, clash 2, and clash 3 are much alike. So I'm just going to select the 3 of them and set a new group name called clash type 1. In this clash type, I just need to place somewhere, get a viewpoint, will be clash type. And with that clash, I have already here looked at this detail. You can have a review and then place an assignment. So it says assigned to Enrique Galicia needs the collector needs to from the foundation have a note, and with those I have my comment being placed within the 3 clashes. So once it's solved or it's approved, you can have here change. And if I want to approve it, I need to change the circumstances of this one to be, instead of new, approved. So that means that this clash has already been solved, or it will remain like that. In the case, if it's not the case, we need to remain it new or active review and etc. to be managing the same file. So because sometimes it won't be that easy to have just single 10, 20, maybe 100 clashes, you will have a lot more. We need to review another ways of having the clash review and clash management. So we're going to check how to get the elements on our report. So first of all, we have the clash like this. We go to report, and report tab will help us get information from Revit to other types of files. So for example, we have data from summary, clash point, date found, assigned to, data approved, approved by, layer, temp path, and communication elements, the grid location. Then we have here clash groups include only group headers, but if we set up the individual clashes only, it will get each single one of them to whose assign it. If we get just group headers, it will get the results together. So once we have those, we can ask for have current tests, tests combined or separated tests. And then we have the report format. So we have an HTML to write it. That would be our first guess. We're just going to write a report here to a new file that will be report. Report. And with that, we can create our report here. Just going to save it. It's exporting it, and we need to see how it fits. So we get into the file. It's the report. So what we have here, it says how is the total of clashes, the tolerance, the review, the active, and it will says the commentary. For example, in this case, it says the clash type number 1, it's in the distance with 0.55. The clash point is at this point, these coordinates from the 0 point. The element ID, the layer, the item name, and the type, which is, this is a solid against a solid. And in this case, we have comment, because it's the only one that it's set. It says assigned to Enrique Galicia. The collector needs to be separated from the foundation. And then we have the other clashes. All of them are not assigned, they are clear. And within the image, is sometimes it may be not too quite clear where it's happening. So you remember to get the grids. So that will be an example of a report. You can also use the element ID to select the element within the file. We will see how that works. So let's see other type of reports. We can get it as well instead of HTML as an XML file. It's going to save it there. And for that purpose, we need to use Excel. We can just open our Excel file. And in Excel, it will say as a table. So it will give us all these settings for test types and all the information that we have requested. For example, we have here the distance, we have here the coordinates of the clash, we have the element ID, the layer it was worked, and all the elements that are corresponding to those information values. Other type can be as viewpoints. So we save it, and now we have here all the clashes as a viewpoint. Just gonna go lower this one. So it may work, but we need to have here some reviewing on how things are being placed. So we have those different types of reviews. Also, if we want to have a general, as we saw before, within the clash set, we can just, I'm just gonna get rid of those. Get a general group, and with that group, I'm just gonna create a new selection set. To be clashes. So if I go out from the settings, I can go to the selection tree, and we have some special tool for being things differently. We can have a right click here, and we have override items or reset overrides. So we can set the color for all the installations to be blue. Now we can see better where it's the hydraulic. And then with that set, we can change for the sets to see the clashes as red. So with that, we can see where are the elements, what elements are having problems, because sometimes it may be much more easier to have the complete context when you're trying to solve a clash. And within this file, you can now export it. We have from the output, you can create it for a DWF file, or you can publish it to a NWD file. So we open it on Freedom. I'm gonna go here to set it clashes, or as a DWF clashes. Remember to have it as an output, the NWF. Never save it as an NWF unless you want everything to be packed and wrapped just in a single set. Now, if we open it on Freedom, we can as well see the results of the clashes, and we don't need to have Navisworks managed. So this can help us if we need to collaborate with much more with a lot of peers, and not everybody is doing the clash coordination. So this is Navisworks Freedom. If I open the file, it will ask me for the NWD file. I can open it. And now with this, I don't need to have the clash detective here being running. I can just see it by the color of which elements are being on the clash. And I can also select elements to see their properties as well. on Navisworks Freedom. I can check also the viewpoints. For example, it says all the clashes that are going there. And from that, have a review of the elements that are colliding. I also can do it in Freedom using the DWF file. For example, is the DWF clashes file. And the result will be quite similar. You can see here all the elements. You can change the color of background as well. And find out as red the elements that are having a clash. So let's see how can we fix this one on Revit, since we cannot move elements on Navisworks, and how that can become our general processes.